Final update. I work from home, but my family yelled at me for being lazy and told me to leave with my dog. I decided to do it, but since the house was mine, I sold it. What happened next? It was so funny. Part 2. At first, they complained loudly, their faces red with anger. But within a few hours, they were completely won over by Muffin's cuteness and began showering him with affection. Aren't you just adorable? Are you mommy's boy? Or daddy's? Or maybe sis? Look this way, sweetheart. Wait a minute. What happened to their anger from just a moment ago? Was it all just a dream? I wondered. My entire family became completely enamored with Muffin. From then on, they were always doting on him. Because of this, their animosity toward me decreased, and I could enjoy relatively peaceful days. Then, one day, an incident shattered this calmness. While I was out running an errand, I got a call from my sister. Hello? Come back home immediately, she demanded. In response to my sister's sudden outburst, I asked, what's wrong? She vented her frustration, yelling at me. It's Muffin. He made a mess on my clothes. What if they smell? I'll just wash them quickly, then they'll be fine. Besides, isn't it your fault for leaving your clothes on the floor? What? It's my fault? It's your lack of training, Muffin, that's to blame. Enough. Muffin is still a puppy, you know. If you take him out for a walk, he won't make a mess at home. You said you were excited to walk Muffin today. Did you actually take him? Well, I was planning to take him later. And it's all because you didn't train him properly. You should compensate me for the clothes. As expected, when I arrived home, my sister was furious. Both my parents had been alerted, and they stood beside Sandy, glaring at me. Sandy tossed the dirty clothes at me and started yelling again. I'm going to make you pay for the cleaning. Got it? Why should I? It's your fault for not taking him for a walk and leaving your clothes on the floor. Shut up. Stop arguing back. This only happened because you brought this stupid dog home. What are you going to do about it? Calling him a stupid dog? You were fond of him before. Isn't it harsh to label him that just because he had a small accident? It's your fault for not training him properly. Take responsibility. Why can't my family think beyond their own convenience? I wondered. Appalled by my selfish sister, my parents interjected. Hey, Kathy, shouldn't you at least apologize to Sandy first? That's correct. All of this chaos is because of that Muffin you brought home. Can both of you just stop already? Puppies are like babies. Can't you forgive them for making mistakes once in a while? Pathetic. This mess is all because of this dumb dog. Kathy, you made the right choice by not getting married. If you were a mother, I doubt you'd raise a decent child, my sister sneered. What? How could you say that? If you took him for walks properly and kept the house tidy, none of this would have happened, she continued. Finally, my sister raised her eyebrow and pointed at me, saying, I've had enough. I don't want you or this stupid dog here. Get out of this house. What? Didn't you hear what I said? I said leave. We don't want a freeloader who works from home here. A freeloader who works from home? How can someone who's currently unemployed say such a thing? And who do they think is covering the household expenses? It's me. As I stood stunned by my sister's absurd remark, even my parents joined in. That's right, Kathy. Leave this house. Your presence only brings us bad luck. You're a jinx. All three of them kept insisting that I leave. In that moment, my anger boiled over. That's enough. I've had it. If this is how it's going to be, just wait and see. Fueled by a desire for revenge, I packed my belongings and left the house with Muffin. My sister's words only added to the tension. This is all because of you. If you had just done what I said, none of this would have happened. They still didn't grasp the severity of their situation. Even though consequences awaited, I didn't care. Let them deal with it on their own. Hiding my smirk, I left the house with Muffin. As expected, a few days later, my sister called in a panic. Please help. Something's wrong with the house. What's going on with the house all of a sudden? I asked, feigning ignorance. What do you mean? What's the issue? Why are we being told to leave? Well, I made the decision to sell the house. What? At my words, Sandy seemed to freeze, her voice trembling. She barely managed to speak. What does that mean? You decided to sell it? You don't have the authority. Well, actually, I do. You see, that house became mine a month ago. What? She gasped. Yes, I officially inherited the house from my uncle, and the title is in my name. It was no wonder Sandy was shocked. I hadn't mentioned this to anyone. You're joking, right? Even if Uncle transferred the title to you, you can't just sell it like that. I was concerned too. But right after you told me to leave, I spoke with Uncle. He confirmed that the house is now mine. Kathy, he said, do whatever you want. You should get away from that awful family as soon as you can. What? That can't be. Whether they had been listening to my conversation with Sandy on speakerphone or not, my parents began to protest. Kathy, stop this nonsense. We have nowhere else to go if we leave this house. That's correct. It's unthinkable to treat your own family like this. If you're a good daughter, show some respect to your parents. Respect? I questioned them quietly. What are you talking about? You've always favored Sandy over me. Who do you think has been supporting your lives for the past few years? You all had nowhere to go, so I reluctantly let you move in with me. With an unusually firm tone, I continued, leaving my parents speechless. Who treated me and Muffin like vermin and kicked us out? It was all of you, wasn't it? Trying to find happiness by forcing out the original resident is shameless. You people belong in hell. At my outburst, my father pleaded, please help us. We're sorry. I don't care. Figure it out on your own, you fools. I replied coldly. With that, I hung up the phone with a loud click and then blocked every family member's contact. Seeing me raise my voice, Muffin looked up at me with a worried bark. I'm sorry, Muffin, for shouting. It's okay now. I'll protect you. I'm really glad I could rescue you from that family that treated you so poorly. Later on, it seems my parents and sister were forced to leave the house at the last minute, despite their desperate attempts to cling to it. With my father's meager income and my unemployed mother and sister, it's unlikely they can lead a decent life. Rumor has it that my sister is constantly being pressured by my parents to find a job. Their family dynamics seem to be deteriorating by the day. Although I have no interest in how they're doing, it's clear that their living situation has worsened since I left. It's a classic case of getting what they deserve. They brought it upon themselves. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying my days filled with joy with my beloved dog in a new pet-friendly apartment. I can work whenever I please, and there's no one to complain about it anymore. I can use my earnings solely for myself and my dog. I'm incredibly content with my life. Now, Muffin, let's head to the dog park today, I said. Woof. Muffin seems more lively, maybe because that noisy family is gone. From now on, I want to protect Muffin for the rest of our lives and lead a peaceful existence.